Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Frog of Wargaming for the Heroscape Wave 3 tier
Part
list.
1.
Part 1
Yep.
of 2 tier list.
This is getting split up since they decided to take this release, the Rising Tide expansion, and split it in two. You've got the first,
balanced.
Yeah, as all things should be.
Unlike this
I
expansion.
wouldn't say that this set's perfectly balanced.
Well,
but
let's not put the cart before the horse. Once again, I'm joined by Earl.
Yeah, well, hello and welcome.
Madame Heroscape himself.
I hope that doesn't stick. All right, so yeah, we're dealing with the first half of Rising Tide. Second half will be coming out closer to the actual release in April. But for starters, we've got all sorts of fun things to run through here.
Lots of new units. Lots of very interesting synergies and questionable power levels. So let's just get...
Yeah, I would say questionable is a good way of putting it.
To kick things off, I just want to explain briefly our ranking philosophy here. I think Earl and I are mostly in agreement.
Yeah.
We rank based off power level.
To some degree, yeah. But
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But also,
it's fun.
what's cool,
Yeah.
what's fun, what's creative.
Yeah. This is just our opinion. Everyone.
How the
This
model
is...
looks. Does it have wings on its butt?
Does it have wings on its
point.
butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, most power level mostly. That obviously plays a large factor.
But I'm open to being swayed by other factors as well. Yeah,
exactly. Like,
this is all opinion based.
Maybe
this is purely subjective.
Purely subjective, but it is the correct opinion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it is useful.
Any other opinions shall be jettisoned and thrown into the Volcanic
Into the
lava
Hellforge
fields.
Mandukor.
Yeah. Yes. There we go.
With that out of the way, let's get rolling. But I don't even know which one's
All right.
in
well,
which part. So
well, I do.
Whew.
So let's go with this. The first one on our list is Knight Primus Adalburn.
oh, we're hitting the ground running.
We are launching off right away. We've got a great big bear, a large burly dude. He's 8 lives,
8
move 6.
wounds. Move 6.
Range 1, attack 5,
Defense 3.
defense 3. So already this stat line is really good.
He's
150
a house.
points, which, I mean, Mimring territory, sure, but 6 move, 5 attack, 8 life. We're dealing with all above average stats here.
Yeah, for everything. And he's 150.
Yeah. The only thing that he has that is an average stat is the defense of 3, and even that
But
is
he makes up
still
for it with
good.
8 life. All right. Can I take his special ability? Please?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been waiting months to talk about this.
Please do.
All right. Crushing Blow. After moving and before attacking, you may inflict a wound on a small or medium squad figure or a small or medium common hero adjacent to Knight Primus Adalburn.
This is insane.
All right. Well, I actually just... the word common right there, I missed on every previous read-through. So he's not as cracked as I thought.
I still think he is at least as cracked as you thought. Now, here's my reason. A lot of people know the meta tends to converge around a lot of common squad play. Like, you have, people playing 3 or 4 of the same squad, and a lot of armies are taking up that, which I think is boring.
Mix it up.
Yeah, exactly, mix it up. But there's no denying that it tends to be effective. This guy crushes that. This guy takes care of things like the Death Reavers. It's just automatic.
He body checks them.
He walks in, he says, "You don't get to have this anymore," and walks away. Now, granted, in the current crop, Age of Annihilation, we do have some squad figures with 2 lives.
That's
but
true.
even still, this is a non-zero amount of damage automatically.
Yeah, it's free. It's every turn. You don't need to roll. That misread, I really... homeschool, that took the wind out of my sails. I was all bent out of shape about a completely different card. You might know him. Grimnack.
Yep.
Who got nerfed to 150 points. When you look at every single stat on this guy, and it makes Grimnack cry. But...
I contend that this is at least as good as Grimnack.
Oh, it's way better.
Yeah.
But Grimnack can eat heroes. I thought this guy could whack a hero for free every turn for a damage. He cannot. Only common heroes.
He's still coming in for 5.
But that 6 move, I feel like that was so unnecessary. This guy gets around.
This guy's incredibly good. I don't think there's any denying Adalburn slaps. And he slaps with a great big mace.
Yeah, he's that scene when Beorn frickin' paratroopers off an eagle and lands on 100 orcs.
Yeah, just throwing things in every direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's really good. What do you give him?
So with the misread, I had him at S, broken, and Grimnack was sad. I think he'd probably be an A.
My initial read of him, I thought he was really good. I was still working out a little bit of frustration at the bears, I guess. I had him originally at A-. He's an A. He's an A. I can't say an A- to that. He's just too good. He's incredibly well-rounded. I think if anything is a downside, it's the 150 points, and I don't think that that's largely a downside.
I don't think that's a downside. He's not getting blown out by much. He's going to go toe-to-toe with most models and come out on top. And kill squad figures around him just for good measure. Yeah,
he'll just exist to cause pain to people that play squads.
And he's cool.
As a meta breaker, could be very good. Could just become the meta himself. I could see it. Very good. Polar bears are cracked.
Oh, he is a champion too.
Yep, and he's a champion.
Oh, lordy. Coming to an LGS near you.
Mm-hmm. But a bear is nothing without more bears. So next up, we have none other than the Ordo Borealis.
I think you mean the Ordo Borealis.
I don't really see what you did there. But, because these aren't bears, they're Ursine, of course.
Very clever.
Yeah. So, another 2-life squad, like what we were just talking about. Move of 5, range of 1, attack 3, defense 4. 110 points. That's not exactly lighting the world on fire. I think they're good with that base stat.
I mean, just that, it's not bad. Two wounds each.
No, it's not bad, but it's not exciting.
3 attacks between them. But where do they go? Where do they get a little crazy?
Mm-hmm. That would be their ability. It's reload. If an Ordo Borealis does not move on its turn, it may add 6 to its range value
6
to the rest of this turn. It's adding 6, so the range value is 7.
7!
Yeah.
These guys have 2 wounds, 4 defense. You're going to climb them up on height advantage, and they're just going to rain hell with 7 range, 3 attack. At least they're unique, so we're not going to see a ton of these guys.
Here's my take on this. I think I'm still... If I'm looking at 100, 110, I think it's a toss-up between if I take these or the Krav Maga. Well, think about it. The Krav Maga at their base have a move of 6, range of 7.
That's true.
And they also have 3 attack to start with.
That's true, but these guys...
So these guys have to sacrifice their movement to get that 7 range.
But these guys are better in melee.
They are undeniably better
2
in melee.
wounds, 4 defense. They are knights, so all the knight synergies turn on.
Relevant synergy there. Also, fun side note, militaristic is a very uncommon...
Is that new?
No, actually, Shirak from the D&D expansions, the Lava Giant, had militaristic, and that's always stuck with me because it was such a strange... choice of word for personality.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'll be the first to say I think the design is kind of uninspired. They're good. I don't think anybody's arguing that they aren't strong, but I think
they're kind of cool.
They feel like they should have been in the master set.
I agree.
They are a nice basic design to get people who are new to the game acquainted with the general mechanics.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. It's like, do you want to move or do you want to shoot? And,
and it's pretty simple. It gets people used to sort of a play pattern. I don't think on their own that they bring a whole lot to the table. I think they're fine. I think they're good.
I don't know, man. Range is very strong in Heroscape.
Well, and especially in this Age of Annihilation period of time.
With these guys, you get them on height advantage. That's 7 range. Normally, an easy way to kill a ranged unit, they're often quite squishy. So you shoot them. But these guys are up high. You're looking at 2 wounds each, 5 defense with height advantage. They're going to be a bear to remove.
I hate that.
I give them an A.
I give them a B for bear.
B for bear. I gave them A for Ethelbird.
Oh, bringing it right back around. So, yeah, that's I don't think there's a whole lot more to say on the bears. They're okay. I mean,
like, so far every bear that's been released has been like
they've all been good. They've all been really good.
At worst, it's good. At best, it's really good.
At best, it's really good.
It's a good time to be a bear fan.
Yeah. So I think they're hitting 4 for 4 when it comes to bears.
4 for 4 bear.
4 for bear.
No, Earl. Bears are 2-2.
Yeah, 2 2s, 4 2. And when you multiply that all together, that's not 4.
Oh, now would be a good time to mention Earl has the plague, and I also have the plague. I'm going on 3 weeks of sinus fun. So if our dulcet tones don't sound quite as dulcet, and if my voice keeps cracking, now you know why.
Yeah, I'm eating cough drops as fast as I can get them.
Like popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's watching me shovel them into my face over here. It's disgusting.
It's not helping.
All right, so we're done with the bears.
Thank goodness.
Let's see. I think next, though, we're moving on to another hairy forest creature, and that would be
Sonlen.
Don't jump ahead of things too much. We have Halushia.
Halushia.
Scion of the Wild.
This guy's pretty cool.
I have to say, the figure sculpt might be one of my all-time faves for Heroscape as a whole.
Yeah, he's cool.
It's such a cool design for a centaur. I love his horns, antlers, whatever the heck they are.
He's got antlers, yeah.
Yeah. The shield, the sword, they both look really nice. He's kind of got these stone protrusions on his back. He just looks sick.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
He is the centaur druid that you would expect. So let's dive right in. So Halushia, Scion of the Wild, 7 wounds, 7 move, 1 range, 5 attack, 3 defense, sitting pretty at 120 points. Already, just that stat line for
That's
120
wild.
points is
For context,
not bad.
yeah, Adelburn that we just covered was 1 more life and 1 less move for 150. This guy's going to be doing things.
He's got the command familiar, which we've seen before. Until we get more familiars, it's not super strong.
It's not getting me excited. Command familiar. I think we're getting at least 1 or 2 more.
You know what we really need? We need like a army expansion that's just 5 familiars that each do.
We really could use
that. Each fill a different role in the army, because right now none of them really have a role.
Yeah, except as fillers, ironically.
Yeah. So that would be cool. That's something I'd like to see. He also has Rouse the Glade, which I think is cool. So when he's attacking someone who's next to a bush or a tree, they get 1 less defense die.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Combat die. That's weird.
They've
always been called combat dice?
I don't believe they've ever referred to them on cards.
They've always been defense dice.
Attack die or, yeah.
Attack die or defense die.
Yeah,
weird.
so...
What are you doing, Renegade?
Yeah, formatting's a little weird on this one, but we all know what they mean.
Yeah.
You know, and there's instances in the past of Heroscape changing how that wording
And lastly,
is...
he's got Ride by Special Attack, which lets him move up to 4 spaces and attack 3 times with 3 attack each. He's like that, he wants to be a ninja. Like
he kind of just wants to strafe people as he goes
Who's
by.
that one ninja chick? Jandar. She has a very similar ability. It might be exactly the same.
I can't. Does Kumiko have something like that? Because you might be right. I'd have to look that
very
up.
Similar.
Off the top of my head.
It's very flexible because he has the ability to disengage during this move and get some hits in.
Yeah, there's a certain similarity to the new Shiori actually, except this is a little bit more linear. Shiori can kind of jump around.
Yeah, she gets to teleport behind you.
In this case, you still have Halushia not being attacked when leaving an engagement.
Can't attack the same figure more than once.
Yeah, which is,
pretty typical.
Yeah, it's fine.
Until we get to later when one guy gets to attack like 5 times, but we'll talk about that.
What do we think about this one? I think this is solid all around. The figure design is sweet.
Yeah, I'd
be happy to play this one.
I like him. I think he looks fun. I think 120 is one of my favorite point values.
It's a good point value.
For like the big punchy heroes, and I think he fits right in there. I have him at a solid B+.
I have him at an A-, and I think that difference between the B+ and the A- is just the design, the figure design.
They're 1 hex apart, all right? They're adjacent hexes.
Yeah, they're adjacent. Just really solid all around. I'm really excited for this one.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Which brings us to his partner.
Yep. Because this is one of those sets where there are only 2 figures in it.
Yeah.
And if they're going to be 2 figures, they got to be...
They are good ones.
They got to be good ones. And
If I'm paying $45 for unpainted soft plastic, they better be freaking cool.
Yep. And I think they nail this. I'm gonna complain about something in a bit, but for the first thing, let's get into it. It's Sonlen. It's the return of Sonlen, the iconic Heroscape figure. I would say the iconic.
I would say, many people's favorite
Heroscape
character. Like
Swarm of the Morrow Sonlen is an excellent unit.
He's so good, and I cannot tell you how many times, like multiple times, people have played him for the first time with me, and they go, "Wait, I get to swoop and heal, and attack." It's like you get to do everything. Great design, and you will see that reflected here.
Yeah, what happens when you put more everything in your everything,
and you only make it cost 10 more points?
170 points, 6 live. 6 move, 6 range, attack 4, defense 3. I don't hate any of that.
Really solid.
Everything's good across the board. We have 3 abilities, flying, obviously, and then we have a scale up in some ways of Sonlen's old abilities, to a degree. After moving normally with Sonlen, this is Healing Wing 13, by the way, you may choose a figure with 1 or more wounds that is adjacent to Sonlen, or that he passed over during his movement this turn, and roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 13 or higher, remove 1 wound marker from that figure.
What did it? It used to be a 16 or higher?
It used to be 16 or higher, yeah.
So,
but it used to be something that he could target at range. So this one he potentially has to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, and you'll see that with the next ability too. So this is the up close and personal Sonlen, where the old one had a bit more flexibility with range.
Yeah, and this is Dragon Assault. When Sonlen attacks an adjacent figure or destructible object, always nice to have that in there, he may attack 1 additional time. If Sonlen uses his flying special power this turn, roll 1 additional combat die on the first attack. So an attack of 5 followed by an attack of 4 against an adjacent figure.
That's pretty good.
What isn't to love about that? I think this is just all around really fun. The dragon's grown up.
Yeah, that's really cool. The design is great.
The design is great, except, and now I'm going to complain.
Now he sits on its shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your complaint, Earl.
So, and I have the same complaint about Raylan 3.0.
What? He has Dragon Assault.
Well, no, this is a design choice. This is purely aesthetic, and this is the only reason that this loses points for me.
Okay, let's hear it.
The wings make no sense. First off, they make no sense. Secondly, they make no sense compared to his original dragon. He's got wings coming out of his butt.
Is that just the art, or is that...
Nope, that is how it is.
Butt wings?
He has a bad case of butt wings, and I'm not a fan. And if you look at Raylan's Mandukor or whatever it is, same thing. Wings coming out of the pelvis region. I don't like that.
Flying around like a little cherub.
Yeah. All I can do when I look at that is I just picture how he's actually going to be flying, and it just cracks me up.
It's a little silly.
It's silly. I don't like the fact that they're doing that with more of the figures. Regardless, it's Sonlen. He's riding a dragon. If I'm going to get picky about the fact that he's got butt wings, then I'm only going to knock a little bit off of this. This is an A.
Raylan 4.0 will have the wings coming out of her butt. Like a tramp stamp.
So yeah, this is an A though, I think, pretty plainly. I don't see it going all the way up into S tier. I probably could have given it an A+ without the butt wings. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm also at an A. I think he's really solid, but a really important question is, does this make Swarm of the Morrow Sonlen obsolete?
No.
Because it's only 10 more points, and you get
a lot
more hitting power in melee and a more consistent heal if you're closer.
And that's the thing, though.
And an extra move.
Yeah. I don't think it outclasses the original to a degree where it makes it not viable. I think the original Sonlen's still really good, and there's still plenty of places where you want to have that flexibility to not get directly involved.
Yeah, he likes old Sonlen, like sitting back. That 6 range was super valuable. I think all the abilities had decent range too.
And something else to keep in mind, that this is a double-spaced figure. as well. So you're dealing with some of the maneuverability issues, potentially.
Easier to get
and
entangled.
easier to target.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't think that this is. I think this is a good. You have good options now.
Yeah, you can pick.
You can pick either one of them and be fine.
Yeah, I do like that. I like the idea of a more melee healer.
Mm-hmm.
But he still has a decent range attack too.
Don't
get me wrong. But if you want to get the most out of his text abilities, he wants to be up close and personal.
Absolutely. Yeah, he wants to throw down. And a lot of these, I mean, this is a common thing we're finding is a lot of the new Renegade Scape wants to throw down. They want to get up close and personal and fight.
Yeah, well, I agree. And I think that's a generally good thing. Range has been traditionally very strong.
A little bit of a bugbear in the design sometimes. Definitely a place for it, though. All right, so we have 2 more units in this portion of the review. The first of which is the final Eisenek figure for right now.
Yeah, baby!
Hellforge Mandukor.
Mind if I take this one?
Absolutely, go for it.
Hellforge Mandukor. Move 4, but it's not actually 4. Range 1, attack 4, defense 4. 6 life.
130 points.
For 130 points. So already, that's pretty good. Not bad. Yeah. Not bad stats. Very defensive, decent attack. But it has 3, count them, 3 pretty powerful abilities. So first one, Blast Furnace 15. During its turn, before moving with it, and each time it moves onto a space during this movement, roll a 20-sided die once for each figure it's next to. If you roll a 15 or higher, it takes a wound. Doesn't affect things that are resistant to lava. And you can't hit the same figure with this more than once per turn. But as he moves, there's a 30% chance of dealing a wound to each figure he comes in contact with.
This is what the drive-by charge or whatever we had for Halushia wishes it was.
Yes.
This is just hurting people for existing.
Yes, your opponents are not going to want to get near this guy.
You aren't going to want to get near this guy.
Oh yeah, it's a friend or foe.
Yeah, and that might be a hang-up.
Maybe, but if you're running this in an Eisenek force, which is very elite, I don't think that's going to be a big issue. Also, to speed the forge, whenever a figure or destructible object is destroyed next to the Mandukor...
You got there eventually.
Not Manticore.
Yeah.
Mandukor. Roll the 20-sided die. Add 8 to the roll if it was an Eisenek, Solborg, or destructible object. It eats the metal. If you roll a 15 or higher, you get to heal a wound from the card. Again, 30% chance. So, like, if you move through 4 or 5 figures and kill 2 of them, you're going to maybe heal, like, a wound a turn.
It's jumping through a few hoops to heal, but I think that's probably fine.
And the flavor there is cool,
too. The flavor's great. That's what he thinks, too. He's like, oh, yeah. Licorice. As he pops another Death Reaver.
Oh, good. Eat all the Death Reavers. Every single one. I don't care. And lastly, Eisenek Advance. At the start of each round, after all order markers have been placed, if they're all on Eisenek army cards, you get to move him 4 spaces. So out of sequence moving that does trigger...
Blast Furnace.
Oh, wait. No, during Hellforge Mandukor's turn.
Oh, no!
Oh, damn. I wish I could read.
Yeah, you know,
because all these cards...
comprehension.
All these cards are so good, then I read them a third time.
I haven't read this card in a couple weeks at this point.
So that's not as exciting then, but it still will help you make up for that 4 move.
Well, it maneuvers him into. Well, I think this is actually, now that I'm looking at it, extremely positive. It allows you to set Hellforge up in a place
where he can
start moving and not trigger that damage on your own figures. If you're dealing with a situation where he's in close proximity to your own units already, this allows him to get through and past and into a better position. I think that could get very strategic, with that sort of movement.
I mean, moving 8 spaces is it's nothing to...
No.
Nothing to chortle at. Knocks him down a little bit of a peg. I thought at the start of the round you could just zip him around and potentially eat some crap. So with all that said and done, where is he at for you? That might knock him down a peg in my book.
He's a self-feeding furnace. We're dealing with... I think we might have a bit of a Xenothrax problem here, in that he may be difficult to move around the board.
He's a one-space figure, isn't he?
He's a one-space figure, but if you've seen him, he's absolutely massive. He overflows on all sides.
I like him chunky.
Yeah. So there might just be a practicality of getting him around the board that becomes an issue.
Not only that, no disengage too. So if you don't kill the things you're ending up next to, like if you move them next to 4 squad figures, great. You might wipe all 4, or you might be stuck.
Once again, I think that lends itself for more tactical plays.
Yeah, no, I completely
potentially
agree.
Really good.
I completely agree. So what's the letter?
I'm giving it an A-.
A-?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my take. I mean, I think all the Eisenach have been really solid. This is 3 for 3 once again for this.
I want to see more.
Yeah. I'd be fine seeing more of these. Potentially like a small Robo Goblin type squad where they're easily expendable. Something you can just throw in the furnace.
Like Robo Goblin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe they can.
Yeah, something.
If they're Eisenach, then yeah, they heal him extra.
Exactly. What I'm saying is, if we have something that really takes advantage of that, and can kind of play off of Mandukor's abilities here, I'd probably bump him up, to be honest. But as it stands, given the available pool, I think that A- is probably where I'd put it. Where do you, Gavin?
I had him in a solid A.
Okay.
Then I read the card again. I think he's a B.
Oh,
but a strong B.
Okay, not a B+.
A B. Let's put him in a B. I'll play around with him. He might be better. His stats are solid. They remind me of the really cool teleporting Morrow guy.
Tobakra.
But slower. And he's got a lot of fun
abilities.
Way slower. But he's got a lot of fun abilities. I think he's going to be cool.
Good stuff. All right, so we have one more unit to pursue here before we end part 1 of our review.
We do?
Yeah, and that would be Thyraxis Dragoon, the promotional figure.
Earl, he's not on my list.
Oh no! Well, we're gonna do this one on the fly then.
It, we're doing it live.
Thyraxis Dragoon.
Oh, he must be on a different spot on the website.
He's under the promos. He's going to be the in-store promo. And interestingly, and I don't like this because I'm a buy it painted guy. This one will, at least to begin with, only be available unpainted. Yeah, you don't care about that. You know sympathy for us over here.
Speed paint
with
Earl. I will show you how to speed paint
with this figure.
It'll change your life.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh,
bet.
You slap some. Do slap chop.
Got some blue, got some orange, got some green.
Oh my god, we could paint this guy in 30 minutes.
I'm sure. So, Thyraxis Dragoon, we got a move of 6. We got a range of 1. Attack 5, defense 5, 6 lives. Like, really good stats.
Really good stats.
We're talking, like, this is moving into the range of something like Torkalna.
Very close, yeah, actually.
Yeah. And we have 2 abilities.
Why is he so good?
Maddening Chitter 14. Once per round, before taking a turn with the Thyraxis Dragoon, you may choose an enemy figure within 6 clear sight spaces of Thyraxis and roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 14 or higher, you may look at one unrevealed order marker on that figure's army card. You may choose then any other figure controlled by the same player and move the order marker to that figure's army card. Wow.
What?
That is
disruption.
That is disruption. That is knowledge of the opponent's stuff, and you're just messing with them. It's ridiculous.
It's not quite Duned.
It's not Duned, but it feels like this is way more...
less punishing, more fun.
Yeah, it's more just messy. I mean, it will mess with your opponent's ability to respond really, really well. I think this is really good ability.
I've got a
14
question.
Or higher.
Is this guy's name Thyraxis Dragoon? Like his proper name?
Yeah. Well, it's the Thyraxis Dragoon. Apparently there were supposed to be a bunch of them, but actually there's one left, and he's the lone winner.
I'm trying to make heads and tails of this mystery figure.
I don't like the naming.
I kind of wish he had. I kind of wish he had.
It should be a unique name for a unique figure. I feel like that's kind of the baseline.
Or just put the word "the" in front of it.
I think
you fix it.
I think what I would have liked to see is this be. I mean, as absurd as this is,
don't say it.
uncommon hero.
No!
Yeah.
I don't want to fight 3 of these guys, alright?
Me neither, but boy howdy would it be entertaining. And it would also give people a reason to go and get a bunch of these at their local game stores.
That's true.
You know, and we're kind of lacking, we are, to date, completely lacking anything common in Renegadescape. Through this wave, we don't have any common figures.
Wow, do you think that's a direct result of common squads kind of being a bit of a nuisance?
Absolutely, they have made that clear.
Which is a damn shame. You tournament players ruin everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we're directly taking aim at you people.
While I stare at my 15 stingers on the shelf.
And then, of course, we have the second ability, Battle Frenzy 16. After attacking with Thyraxis Dragoon, roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 16 or higher, you may attack again.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Worse Frenzy.
It's worse Frenzy.
But if this guy had Frenzy...
But it's just for attacking, and when you have 5 attack... How many extra attacks with 5 attack do you really want?
Oh, man. You're going to get lucky with this guy every now and then. You're going to get 3 attacks off. It's going to be freaking wild. Also, he's a Hive Lord.
Hive Lord. Gotta love it.
So who does that affect?
You know, that's a very good question. Let me pull up the answer.
That's got to be relevant, right?
It has to be, to some degree.
Like, I think Torkolna's a Hive Lord.
As well as Subakna, yes, and I think...
Does that synergize with the Nagrubs?
That's what I'm wondering here.
I think it does. I think they have Hive Lord bonding. So this guy can run around with a bunch of Nagrubs.
So you have Subakna, Torkolna, Wosaga, actually.
Is that the big bug?
That is the Morrow Serpent, the giant the Morrow Basilisk.
The one that escapes me.
Yeah. So let me see here exactly what this works with. Yeah, Hive Lord Life Bonding may benefit from Marden Nagrub's Hive Lord Life Bonding and Life Healing. So...
Can the Nagrubs heal him?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
It's rule of cool, is what I would say. I love this one. I mean, it's fun.
This guy could have, just round up, miss me with those 5 points, just make him 200 points. This guy's good.
Yeah, for what you're getting, I think you're getting a lot for 200. Do I love the design physically? Not really.
You don't like the model?
I don't like the model super.
What do you mean?
Much. It's cool.
Last episode, we said we wanted to see more of these 4-armed guys, and we wanted to know what they are.
Well, yeah, now you know what they're bug
He's
folk.
a
Scordire, yep.
Scordire.
Which we're going to be seeing a lot of in a minute. In part 2. Looking forward to that, but...
We will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
All of the bugs are Scordire.
Yeah. What?
Yep.
Mind literally blown. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
they're the same species. I didn't know that.
Yeah, looking at this, I'm gonna say I have it down as an A. Honestly, it's a fairly uncommon ability to be able to mess with people's order markers at all, let alone getting information from them and messing with them in the same turn. Plus, extra attacks. Who doesn't love extra attacks?
Yeah, so both of them are very conditional.
True.
So you're doing Maddening Chitter like 1/3 of the time, and Battle Frenzy 1/4 of the time. But he's got a really good stat line.
Yeah, 25 points cheaper than Torkolna.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Torkolna's got Trample Stomp and Morrow shenanigans, but I don't know. I'm gonna go like B+ for now.
Yeah, definitely for me, I think what pushes
Shooting
it
from
over...
the hip.
What pushes it over is that Hive Lord synergy with the Nagrubs.
It's completely unnecessary.
Which is completely unnecessary, but it's awesome. I love the sort of synergies that crop up that you wouldn't think would work that totally work.
Yeah, I agree. It's that way. Not every... You can mix and match it.
Yeah, you can mix and...
You're not locked into the Morrow list. You're not locked into the Scordire list. You can...
You can do something different. And with that, we've covered everything for the first half of releases for Rising Tide.
Yay!
Any sort of last thoughts from this first batch?
I don't know if it's just me. I just feel like the power level of Wave 3, with few exceptions, is very strong.
Yeah.
Much outclasses what came out in like the starter set.
You look at least what I've given these things. I don't have anything lower than a B.
Me neither. And if you guys have listened to our other ones, Usually I'm the one who's fairly critical.
And we aren't afraid to be critical of these. I just think that this is a solid
I've given like
expansion.
I've given like 3 Fs just in the past 2 waves. But yeah, everything here seems kind of cracked. I'm curious if
I might drop the Ordo Borealis down to a B-, but I'm not going to because B for bears. But that would be the only one that I could see probably dropping.
But even then, that's still a B.
Yeah, even then, it's still really good.
Yeah. So I'm curious going forward. Are we going to see a accelerated power creep, which I very much don't want to see?
I don't think so.
This could have just been a strong batch.
I feel like this was just a strong batch. And even if you look at the second half, I don't think that trend necessarily continues.
We'll talk about that
very soon.
I think spoiler, I think the bugs are real good.
Okay, well we'll have to see about that. But that is everything for part 1 of this. Be sure to check back in a couple months to see part 2.
Yeah, releasing in April?
Yeah, that should be early April.
Well, Earl, thank you so much for joining me once again. It's always a pleasure.
Always.
And Earl himself, he's got his own Minecraft YouTube channel.
Oh no, he's plugging my channel.
Yeah, link in the description. Go check him out. He's a fun guy. And
recently got to 400 subscribers somehow.
Hell yeah. Got me beat. For now.
Not for long. Everybody get Frog of Wargaming to 500 subscribers.
Do it now!
Yeah, do it now.
And we do have a Discord where we just kind of hang out and we paint together. We play games together. We're super high on Speed Freaks right now, which is awesome. So link in the description, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.